Welcome to Immature Designer. In this video, we will be discussing about one of the UX design project in which only the how the research process has to be done and how the final wireframe has been set up, that has been showcased, and it has been showcased so beautifully that I thought that this should be discussed with you all. So this project is regarding a restaurant, Diago Sushi. Now, a restaurant which is offering fast and quality sushi delivery. For that, this person has made UX design. So let's see how the UX process works, okay? Because I found that this project was very nicely showcasing the process which you can also use while you are designing your work, you are working on your project. So let's see how this works. You can definitely go through this. I'll attach the link, but let me explain the process how the person has done. First thing that you should be doing is to understand the project overview. You should be knowing the objective of the project, which is the most important thing while you are designing, because if you know the path, you know where the destination where you want to reach, then you can also know the path, right? So that's what project overview, project objective comes use. Next thing what this person has done is shown what design process that person has gone through. So you should also show the process so that the that people who are going to view your project, it's just like a content, an index. This shows what things you have done to reach the destination. So first of all, empathize is that you have understood the problem statement, the users, the use cases. You have empathized with your user who will be using it, right? That is empathizing and defining. So then you decided what you will be making for your user, and then you ideate, you come up with your ideas, what features you can add, what design you can do, whatever, I mean the UX part, and then the design, that the UI part, how it will be shown to the user, and then the testing. So you are finally doing the testing, where after designing the thing, you test with certain number of users and see that how things are working, right? For all this design process, I've already made a video in my YouTube channel in which you can which is named as UX design process. If you go through that, I have elaborated each one of these steps, so please go through that video as well. Now, after doing the design process, now competitive analysis. Why you do the competitive analysis? Because this is, you also know that this is not the first delivery app. This is not something unique idea it's coming up through, but definitely a unique approach can happen, a unique design can happen, a unique interface can be built, a unique user base can be there, which is in this project. But similar projects in which maybe some other delivery system is happening, so in similar projects has already been built, so that person has actually compared different restaurants that has already been there, built their application. So that person is taking those applications and comparing. So like there are these things, and now they are comparing which app had the option to download the menu. So they gone through these apps and noted down the important features in is right over here in this part, row wise, and all the different app names are in the columns, restaurant name are in the columns, and then you are seeing, comparing that which thing was there in this one, which thing was there in this one, which thing was not there in this one. So definitely you come up with things that various things are there which are not in all the apps, like not there's not a single app which has all of these things, right? So you can make an app which is a combination of these coming with additional features and subtracting the features which are useless, which you, by combining the features, so you can come up get the idea of that by doing competitive analysis, right? This can happen only when you have some competitions available. So you also have to identify if it is there or not. Identify the opportunities and innovation. That's what this person has written. Now user interviews. Now after knowing that these things and these features can be there, after that, after knowing the application, now you're knowing the users, right? So now the person is interviewing certain people. They have interviewed 5 people, and they have come up with certain questions which they have thought, and then asking those questions with all the five people and understanding the solution, understanding the problems coming up that they face, the initiative they take, the things they are happy with. So everything they are understanding by the questions they are asking and the answers they get. Ultimately, they combine everything and come up with a solution, come up with a user persona as well. So they are able to understand the people. Now, from this, they come up with an ideal person who has most of the problems that these all are facing, and most of the happiness that these all are getting, and most of the advantages, disadvantages these all are getting. They have combined it and made a user persona out of it, made one ideal person out of it, which represents all the different people, right? Since you are interviewing five people, so it might, these five people are all the different people, right? So different people are giving you different ideologies, and then you are doing user persona, you are making the user persona, so you're making an ideal person. Now you will be designing for this ideal person. Now you're defining what this ideal person is, what are the needs of this ideal person, the pains, the goals, and the behavior of this ideal person. Now, after getting this done, you are making an empathy map. Okay. Now there are certain things which are useful, certain things which are not useful. I've discussed it in my UX process and previous videos that there's not always that you have to make a user persona, you have to do these interviews, you have to do the competitive analysis. Not that you must know that what things you are willing to, you need to do, and what things you don't need to do, right? So what are the maximum, like they have mentioned three things. So there are various things that can be done over here, various things that can be done over here, various that can be done over here. So all those things I have mentioned in my video, and that person is using some things out of all those things. Now coming up on the empathy map, so now they have made an empathy map. So an empathy map looks like this, in which you write what a person feels, hears, thinks, and does while they are using your application, right? So what the person feels is excitement about exploring the new sushi flavor, hears positive feedbacks or negative feedback, whatever, thinks these things, and does finally what. So this is what a person, so this actually helps in defining your use cases also. And now coming up with the journey map. So finally, after you know that what the person will be doing and what the person will be thinking, feeling, etc., etc., what are the pain points and whatever thing is, you are now building a journey map. You will be building a journey of this particular person. Now you'll be writing like when the person is discovering the app, what that person is thinking. While he's researching, he's thinking this, he's thinking various things, while the from the beginning to the purchase and to the post purchase. The things don't end at the purchase, it ends post purchase. Every app, every person who is a nice UX designer thinks about what happens after the process ends. That last plus one step is very important. After you have made an Amazon order, what happens? It asks for a feedback. After your order has been delivered, what happens? It asks for a feedback. It asks for a feedback. A comment system is there, a feedback system, a review system is there. There are various things. If they wouldn't have thought after, like if the process ends, if they would have thought that last step would be that the person is bought it, it has been delivered, ended. No, but there was this plus one step about feedbacks, about reviews, about exchanging it, about they want replacing it, right? They are about the customer care thing. Now you have some questions you want to ask. So all those, why, how those features came up, you thought plus one step, that's why those features came up in your mind. So that's what is post purchase. That is a very important and nice thing to do if you're a nice, to become a nice UX designer. So this is thinking, doing, pain points you have mentioned, what feelings the person is going through. Now after doing these things, now you will ultimately understand that at certain point there is certain pain problems that are coming up, and you want to solve that problem over here. A food delivery app, there are various food delivery app, but what's the one thing that you are gonna change, that one experience that you're gonna build? You're not, no, you're not just adding all the features, you're just not combining all the features that are available on the five apps, you're just making one app from combining those five apps. No, you are removing something, you are adding something, you are seeing one innovative thing that you can do to make your app innovative, different from others, right? What's your out of the box? Okay, so that you will see from the feelings, you will understand that at this position I want to make some changes. And then what are the opportunities, what opportunities you can add over here to make this graph go higher to the most enjoyment point of view, right? After doing all those things, now you are coming with the problem statement solution. So now you have mentioned that what are the main problems that you are going to target, not everything, not the 100 thing. While you are preparing for an exam, you only started things which you understand, which you feel that you will be able to nail perfectly when you're giving a very high, like high valued exam, hard papers. You know that you cannot study all the 100 things, all the 100 topics, but you study only the 70 topics, and you study and give your best in those 70 topics, right? That's what they're doing here. Main problems. You're only mentioning the main problems and only doing the solutions for those main problems that you feel are the most important problems. There might be hundreds of the problems, but the most important 6 problems that person is targeting. That's a nice way to do it. Now you're finally coming up to the designing part, site mapping. Now you make a site map where how things will be there. So there will be a home page where there will be a menu, a veggie part, a delivery part, a cart part, a profile part, and under under profile what things would be there. Now you're mentioning these artists. This is the site map. After making the site map, you're coming to the user flow, definitely. That how now that you have your screens over here, how those things will be done. So you are starting, you are logging in, what happens if yes no decision tree kind of thing you are doing over here, and ending the process at the end, right? Now after doing this particular user flow part, now you are coming to the low fidelity, and this person has made the low fidelity that this would be a basic wireframe of your website. After doing this, the UI process has not been done, but this was all regarding the UX process, and this was definitely a very very excellent approach by this person, and I really appreciate it. And you can definitely go to this particular project and see and read about it, right? So yep, thank you. I hope that you like this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel so that you can be updated with my further upcoming videos, and it would also motivate me as well. So thank you so much.